Why is the side rocker only allowed to control your volume? Why can't I just double tap the volume up key to skip to the next track whenever I listen to music? Or triple tap it to toggle the flashlight? Maybe have the phone tell me the time whenever I double press the volume down key.
5:06 p.m.
All of this and more is possible when you use almighty volume keys. And that is just one of the many excellent apps I plan to show off in the best Android apps of August 2021. I know, I also can't believe it's already a new month. If you're a loyal subscriber, welcome back. You already know it's going to be a good video. However, if you're new to the channel, I welcome you with open arms and make sure to get that Play Store ready because you're going to need it soon. Quickly, I just want to thank you guys so much for just showing so much love in the last episode of July. You guys hit over 11,000 likes, which is incredible. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Also, only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up downloading at least 1 or 2 apps, consider subscribing. It's completely free and you can always change your mind later. I'm sure we've all been in a situation where we needed to meet up with someone, but being that we're both extremely far apart, you would much rather meet halfway. That way you both can save gas and time. The only annoyance is trying to figure out the halfway point between the both of you. That's where an app like Halfway comes in. Just input your current location and the other person's location, then it'll find the closest place to your halfway point. The best part is that you can specify what type of place you want to meet up at, whether it be a gas station, shopping mall, restaurant, grocery store, golfing range, you name it. Halfway will find something in between the both of you. The interface may look outdated, but it works like a charm and it's free to download with no ads or in-app purchases. Don't you hate it when the volume levels jump up and down whenever you change videos or listen to podcasts? Some YouTube videos are too low and it's hard to hear what the other person is saying, while others are extremely loud and will rip your ears apart. Well, with a newly released app called BallEQ, it'll balance out the volume in real time for you. In other words, the app makes quiet sounds louder and louder sounds quieter. And getting it to work is pretty simple. You just open the app, calibrate it by following the on-screen instructions, and select a preset. Balanced is typically for YouTube or TikTok videos, while podcast is for when you listen to podcasts. It's not meant for music, so you can quickly toggle it off from the notification panel. For the most part, it works really well, and I do notice a difference now in volume levels when watching videos. The new upcoming Android 12 update has these new conversation widgets that let you see any of your recent messages, missed calls, or status updates from some of your favorite contacts or apps. It helps if you're too lazy to drop down the status bar. I know, first world problems, but it is what it is. Well, recently I came across Notification Widget, which brings the same functionality to older Android versions. Just like in Android 12, it'll replicate certain incoming notifications to your home screen. And this app works even better than what Google provides since you can choose to use any app and you can customize the widget's look. Android 12's conversation widget only lets you choose a recent conversation and that's it. To top it off, Notification Widget matches the same color palette of your wallpaper, and it even includes some extra Android 12 widgets like an analog clock, media player, weather widget, and more. It does cost $1.49 to install, but thanks to the developer, I'll be giving away 50 promo codes, you heard that right, 50, on my Twitter and Instagram at HowToMen. All you need to do is follow me there for a chance at winning one, and I'll be dropping the codes by the end of next week. I know there are a ton of Android video editors out there, but an extremely popular one from iOS called Videoleap just hopped on over to Android. After using it for a few days, I can confidently say that this is one of the best Android video editors out there. What really caught my attention is how you're able to edit and export 4K video footage flawlessly. I can scrub through the timeline, add different effects, transitions, etc., and I don't get a single lag spike. If I try to do this on other video editors, I'd experience a tremendous amount of lag or even crashes. So if you're editing 4K footage or anything lower, you're good to go. It also has all the basic video editing features like cutting and pasting tools, adding clips on top of each other within the timeline, resizing the video by pinching in or out, the ability to add background music, transitions, custom text with different selectable fonts, dozens of filters, you can color correct your footage, change the format of your video, and you can even add cool effects like defocus, which lets you add a bokeh effect around a subject, maybe blur out someone's face, or give your footage this 3D effect look. It's a pretty solid video editor, but there are still a few things that keep it from being perfect. For example, I would love for them to add voiceover support, custom keyframes, more visual effects, and more transitions. Maybe I'm being a bit nitpicky, but they are charging a subscription fee of $35 a year. Luckily, you can try it out for free since they have a 7-day trial period, so why not give it a shot? You know what useful feature almost every weather app is missing? An option that lets you know if today's weather is going to be colder or warmer than yesterday. Think about it. If you wore shorts yesterday but forgot the exact temperature, it can be difficult to estimate whether or not you should wear the same thing again today. Even if the temperature looks to be around the same, you might end up feeling a bit colder or warmer than yesterday because maybe the wind has picked up. So a simple app called Warmer Than Yesterday lets you know if your current weather is colder or warmer than the previous day. Simple but useful. The only thing I wish the app had is a widget, but other than that, I'm satisfied. Those who've been subscribed to the channel for a while know that I've used to show off fantastic wallpaper apps at the beginning of these monthly videos. I stopped a few months back because I figured that most of you already had enough options and you would much rather have just one more useful app in replacement. But recently I found an app called Wallfever and I couldn't stop myself from including it. It's a wallpaper pack with some of the most beautiful and modern looking walls that I've seen in a while. Since most of them are based on the new Android 12 design known as Material U, many of them have this refreshing look that brings a bit of life and excitement to your home screen. Pair them with the right widgets and you got yourself an eye-catching setup. Wallfever does cost $1.49 to install, but the developer was kind enough to provide me with 30 promo codes to give away to you guys. So again, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HowToMen because I'll be dropping those by the end of next week. Moving on to the games, the first one is Crash Drive 3. This is a multiplayer game that is pretty spectacular because you get to free roam a giant open playing field with other vehicles. There are ramps you can jump off, giant loops to complete, you can crash into other cars, and you can even drive underwater, which doesn't make sense, but it makes the experience even crazier. Again, this is a multiplayer game, so you get to compete with other players in random competitive gaming modes, including trying to knock around a giant beach ball. Another mode is that a small ring gets formed somewhere on the map, and players need to try their best to stay in the ring without letting others knock them out. Or even a game where you need to see who can finish the fastest by running through a series of checkpoints. So it does get really fun and competitive, plus the graphics are extremely incredible for a mobile game. The only complaint I have is that the controls aren't the best. I wish you could adjust them manually to make them easier to control your car. Either way, an amusing game that you can play with your friends or random people. Granny 3 is a game that I meant to review when it first came out, but I never got the chance, so I'm doing it now. It's entertaining and scary, so if you haven't tried it, you need to check this out. It's the third sequel to a viral horror game where you try to escape a haunted house by searching for different tools and clues that will unlock different doors, secrets, gates, locks, etc. You're doing all this while trying to avoid two crazy zombie grandparents that are trying to kill you. Oh, and in this version, there's also an extra character called Slenderina, which also tries to kill you. She's pretty scary. You definitely get an adrenaline rush whenever you play this game. It's also a lot more challenging than the previous Granny games as well, since the grandpa now has a gun to shoot at you, and they show up a lot faster now, even at the slightest floor creaks. If you're up for the challenge, download it now and get ready to be spooked. Finally, Prison Run and MiniGun is a retro 2D platformer game, and the objective is to escape a weirdly designed prison that has a bunch of crates that are blocking the hallways, razors on the grounds, fires, and random guns that you can just pick up and use. I mean, honestly, how is this prison not a safety hazard? And why are there barely any guards in this game? It doesn't make sense. Either way, the gameplay is enjoyable since you need to figure out the proper steps to take to move on to the next stage. It's really just a giant puzzle and it does kill time, so why not? Either way, those are the best Android apps of August 2021. I really hope you guys enjoy my selection. If you downloaded at least one app, a huge thumbs up would mean the world to me since it'll help the video get noticed by the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you downloaded 2 apps, why not get subscribed with the notification bell turned on? This series comes around every month, and in between months, I always release content that you're sure to enjoy. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HowToMen for a chance at winning those promo codes. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Kapow!